What's up, Dog Pound Nation? How's the most electrifying fan base in the entire NFL feeling today? You already know this is your home, your sanctuary for that unfiltered, high-octane Cleveland Browns content, delivered straight from the heart of the land where the dogs howl the loudest. Today, we're diving headfirst into a potential blockbuster that's sparking serious conversation across the league. The Cleveland Browns possibly targeting star wide receiver Terry McLaurin from the Washington Commanders. Yeah, you heard that right. Things are heating up and fast. So crack open a cold one, sink into the couch, and let's break down a move that could detonate like a last-second 80-yard game winner for the Browns offense. You feel that, Dog Pound? That's the fresh scent of a new season in the air, and we're kicking it off with a game-changing rumor that could supercharge this offense. According to Browns Wire, there's buzz around the front office reaching out to Washington about acquiring Terry McLaurin, aka Mr. Reliable, aka the reception machine. This wouldn't be just another offseason shakeup. This could be the spark that finally makes our offense explode. But let's keep it real for a second. Does this move make sense? Could McLaurin be the final piece that unlocks our offensive potential and turns us into a legitimate threat in the AFC? Let us know, Dog Pound. Drop your takes in the comments. We're reading every single one. Now, let's get into the facts. McLaurin's patience is wearing thin in Washington. He's entering the final year of his contract and is set to earn $15,500,000 0 cents in base salary in 2025. But here's the kicker. He's frustrated. Contract talks have been dragging on slower than rush hour traffic. And according to Diana Rossini from The Athletic, he even skipped mandatory minicamp. Browns enthusiasts, brace yourselves, because what's unfolding might just be the most unpredictable and high-stakes storyline in the entire NFL. Dillon Gabriel, Shedeur Sanders, Joe Flacco, and Kenny Pickett. 4 quarterbacks, 1 starting role, and 0 certainty. Yet what's becoming increasingly evident from the latest Browns OTA sessions is that Dillon Gabriel's name isn't merely drifting around as a footnote. He's making a legitimate impact. That's right. Despite the murmurs, the jabs, and the criticisms surrounding his stature, Gabriel has displayed flashes of brilliance that simply demand your attention. So let's dissect everything we witnessed and heard straight from Browns camp and what it might signify for Week 1 and beyond. I'll reveal all the insights, but first, be sure to smash that like button if you've been a loyal Browns fan for 16 plus years. It's heartwarming to see fans of every generation. Much respect to all of you. Now, let's address the elephant in the room. Height. Dillon Gabriel measures in at just over 6'4", and during OTAs, that fact was not just apparent, it was glaring. Reports describe a telling moment that captured the concern perfectly. Gabriel, despite his determination, attempted to loft the ball over the line during a drill, only to have it swatted down by defensive tackle Mason Graham. The play didn't merely end in a deflected pass. It culminated in coaches, players, and even reporters commenting on how small Gabriel appeared behind the offensive line. One reporter was even caught on a hot mic saying, "I'm taller than him." That's not exactly the kind of scrutiny you want when you're vying to establish yourself as an NFL starter. But here's the plot twist. Gabriel is fully aware of this. The Browns were aware of it when they drafted him, and still they chose to bring him on board. Why? Because while height might be a limitation, accuracy is where Dillon Gabriel truly excels. And Browns fans, let me assure you, this kid can sling it. Multiple OTA reports have underscored Gabriel's exceptional ball placement, whether it's a back shoulder fade or a precisely timed slant across the middle. His touch and precision are absolutely next level. In today's NFL, where completion percentages are on the rise and the margin for error is razor thin, pinpoint accuracy is everything. If Gabriel possesses that elite ball placement, he's already ahead of the curve. Does Kevin Stefanski double down on his guy Dillon Gabriel, or does the front office, rumored to have been the driving force behind the Shedeur Sanders pick, step in and insist on a quarterback switch? This is where internal politics ignite, and as mentioned earlier, there's mounting speculation that Gabriel was Stefanski's choice, safe, smart, and system ready. Sanders, meanwhile, might have been more of an Andrew Berry or even Jimmy Haslam pick. Big upside, marketable, and potentially a franchise face. That division could sow discord if the team starts faltering, and in Cleveland, when things go sideways, they really go sideways. So let's wrap this up before we close out today's exclusive deep dive. Dillon Gabriel, short, precise, and playing catch-up behind a physically gifted rookie and a wily veteran. Shedeur Sanders, flashy, dynamic, and quite possibly being groomed behind the scenes for a mid-season takeover. Browns faithful, we know what he's doing. One poor stretch away from handing over the reins, and Kenny Pickett, he might as well start packing his bags. This battle is far from settled. In fact, it's just heating up. And whether it's Flacco, Gabriel, or Sanders leading the charge come Week 6, one thing is crystal clear. This quarterback room is the most unpredictable in the entire league. So, Browns faithful, we want to hear from you. Who do you want under center on opening day? Now let's shift from speculation to implications, because what unfolds next in this quarterback saga won't just shape the 2025 season, it will reverberate throughout the entire franchise. Let's talk about what's truly at stake here. If Kevin Stefanski goes all in on Dillon Gabriel and things unravel, it won't just be a failed experiment. It could cost him his job. Remember, this isn't 2020 anymore. There's no grace period, no wait-and-see approach. Yes, he's led this team to the playoffs, but he's also staring down the most politically charged, high-pressure quarterback controversy of his career. If he backed Gabriel and Sanders starts lighting it up in practice, the front office and ownership won't just be frustrated, they might be ready to pull the trigger. On the flip side, if Sanders gets the nod and flounders, that's a direct hit on Andrew Berry and Jimmy Haslam, who, according to rumors, championed the Sanders pick. But before we dive in, if you're a diehard Cleveland Browns supporter, hit that subscribe button to fuel this passion even more. Show the world you're part of this family. Let's unite and push toward that 10,000 subscriber milestone. Share this with your friends and fellow Browns fans. Let's get to the news. That's the bold message. Pay me or I'm out. And if Washington doesn't step up, guess which team is perfectly positioned to swoop in and provide that spark on offense? You already know it's Cleveland. Why is McLaurin the talk of the league? Because he's built different. This guy isn't just solid, he's elite. 5 straight seasons with over 1,000 receiving yards. In 2024 alone, 82 receptions, 1,096 yards, 13 touchdowns. Career high! And he did that while catching passes from a carousel of quarterbacks. Now imagine him catching bullets from a rising star like Shedeur Sanders, who many believe could be our future face of the franchise. That's a scary scenario for opposing defenses, let's be honest, Dog Pound. Even with Jeudy as WR1, our receiver room is looking thin. We need a difference maker. A guy who draws double teams, stretches the field, and forces defenses to pick their poison. Browns Wire nailed it. Beyond Jeudy, we're short on experience and proven production at wide receiver. It's like entering an F1 race in a car with no turbo. Our offensive line is solid. The ground game has promise, but the aerial attack, that's where we need to level up. Let's put this into perspective. He's had 11 different quarterbacks in Washington and still produced elite numbers. That's consistency, reliability, and playmaker DNA. Now picture a Jeudy McLaurin combo. That's like peanut butter and jelly if the jelly could burn corners for 60-yard touchdowns. So, Dog Pound, what do you think? Would that duo light up First Energy Stadium every Sunday? Let us know below. Now, on the flip side, why would Washington even consider trading a talent like McLaurin? It's not about wanting to lose him. But they're in the middle of a rebuild around rookie sensation Jayden Daniels, who's already flashing franchise QB traits, and they just added Deebo Samuel in a blockbuster trade from the 49ers with $17 million, 0 cents locked in for 2025. So with 2 big WR contracts looming, the Commanders might have to make a tough decision, and that's where the Browns could slide in and make an offer they can't refuse. They're betting big on potential and upside, and as history has shown, when politics start dictating who lines up under center in Cleveland, chaos is never far behind. But there's another dimension we haven't explored yet, the locker room. Veterans in that locker room want to win now. They're not here for a rebuilding phase or developmental reps. They're here to chase a title. And while rookies can bring energy and hope, they also bring mistakes. If Flacco starts and the team is grinding out ugly wins, Stefanski might not dare to make a change, even if the front office is whispering behind closed doors. That decision, sticking with a 39-year-old Flacco to preserve locker room chemistry, could buy Stefanski time, or it could cost him everything if it backfires. And this isn't just about winning. It's about identity. What kind of team do the Browns want to be in 2025? If it's a Flacco-ed, veteran-heavy, grit-and-grind offense, then the window is now. But if they pivot to Gabriel or Sanders early, they're sending a message to the locker room, to the fans, and to the entire league that they're playing for the future. That message matters because once you head down the development path, it's hard to turn back. And let's not forget about the fans. Browns fans are no fools. You've seen this movie too many times before. You know when a quarterback controversy is real and when it's just smoke and mirrors. Right now, it's real. And the frustration isn't just about the number of quarterbacks in the mix. It's that for the first time in a long time, the Browns might actually have two young passers with legitimate talent and still find a way to botch it. If you're a Gabriel supporter, you love his pinpoint accuracy, his poise, and his clean execution. He's the guy who can run a Kevin Stefanski game plan to perfection. But if you're a Sanders backer, you see the flashes, the energy, the playmaking spark that simply can't be coached. He has that it factor. The question is whether the Browns can get it to shine on Sundays. And let's be real. Kenny Pickett is likely out of the conversation. There's been no significant buzz around him in any of these OTA reports. He's trailing in reps, he's not making waves, and he's not climbing the depth chart. It's clear he was brought in more as an insurance policy than a serious contender, and with the way this battle is shaping up, he may never get a true shot in Cleveland. But there's one more name we need to mention, the guy who will be taking handoffs from whichever quarterback wins this job, Quinshon Judkins. Let's circle back to this rising rookie for a moment. ESPN projected 922 rushing yards for Judkins, and while that might sound modest to some, it would actually place him in elite company. Only 13 Attention, passionate Cleveland Browns fans. Brace yourselves, because something monumental is stirring in the AFC North, and it could redefine the entire playing field. We're talking about a direct impact on the Browns' journey toward another Super Bowl run, a seismic shift that could leave a divisional rival reeling for years. And you're getting this news firsthand. How's the most relentless, loyal, and fired-up fan base in football doing today? Welcome back to your go-to channel where the passion runs deep and the Cleveland Browns' heart beats loudest. Today we're diving into a scorching hot storyline that could flip the AFC North on its head. The possibility of the Cleveland Browns making a bold push to land star wide receiver Terry McLaurin from the Washington Commanders. That's right, this isn't just smoke. It's potential fire. So crack a cold one, sink into that couch, and let's break down what could be an offensive game changer for the Dogs. You feel that buzz in the air? Dog Pound? It's the vibe of a new season approaching, and this rumor could shift the entire offensive landscape. According to Browns Wire, there's growing chatter that Cleveland may be reaching out to Washington in hopes of landing Terry McLaurin, a.k.a. the route-running assassin, a.k.a. the yardage machine. This wouldn't be your average trade. It'd be a blockbuster, the kind of move that screams, we're going for it. But here's the question, does it make sense? Is McLaurin the missing puzzle piece that unlocks the next level of our offense? Drop your takes in the comments. I want to hear what the Dog Pound has to say. Let's break down the facts. Washington's wide receiver room is getting crowded. They've already got Noah Brown, Michael Gallup, and rising prospect Luke McCaffrey. Oh, and they just traded for Deebo Samuel, who's already locked in for $17 million, 0 cents next season. McLaurin, he's reportedly looking for a massive extension. We're talking $30 million, 0 cents per year range. That might be too rich for Washington's cap space, especially with Deebo on the books. If contract talks keep dragging, the Commanders might just start listening to offers. And guess who's known for bold strategic strikes? Andrew Berry. Our GM doesn't shy away from a splash, just look at his past moves. And this one, it could be his biggest yet. But what would it take? High draft picks? A player plus picks package? Dog pound? What do you think he's worth? Do we break open the vault or hold firm? Now let's talk fit. How does McLaurin complement our offense? He's a precision route technician with soft hands, blazing speed, and elite separation skills. The dude knows how to beat double coverage like it's second nature, and with Jeudy pulling attention as WR1, McLaurin would be able to operate with more freedom, burning defenses on deep routes, turning short catches into explosive gains. Even more importantly, he's a leader. A captain at Ohio State, a locker room cornerstone in Washington. That's the kind of fire and accountability we crave in Cleveland. And don't forget, he's a Buckeye, just like Denzel Ward. Add another Ohio State Warrior to our roster, and you're not just adding talent, you're fueling the fire with Ohio DNA. Now think about this. Shedeur Sanders, our potential future franchise QB, needs dependable targets to accelerate his development. McLaurin is the guy who elevates quarterbacks. He's produced elite stats while catching passes from 11 different signal callers. Imagine what he could do alongside a rising star like Sanders. This isn't just a trade, it's a catalyst. A game-altering move that could turn our offense from inconsistent to unstoppable. Let's run through the pros and cons. Pros: elite WR1 pedigree, 5 straight 1,000-yard seasons. Scheme proof. Doesn't need a perfect QB or system to shine. Leadership and culture boost. A proven captain and respected voice. In his prime. At 29, McLaurin has years of top-tier production left. Ohio roots, Buckeye connection would make him an instant fan favorite. Price tag: $30 million, 0 cents per year. Isn't cheap. Can our cap absorb that? Age and longevity, he turns 30 next season. How many elite years remain? Market competition, teams like the Steelers, Jets, and Patriots could bid, driving up the cost. But here's the real question. What matters more to you? The upside of acquiring a game-breaking weapon like McLaurin, or the cost it'll take to land him? Because here's the vision. 2025 season. Shedeur Sanders drops a dime downfield. McLaurin streaks past defenders. Jeudy torching DBs across the middle, and on the other side of the ball, Myles Garrett anchoring the defense like a monster. That's not just hope, that's a playoff formula, and let's be honest, 2024 didn't go how we wanted, but a move like this, it tells the league the Browns are back, and we're here to compete now. In a loaded AFC North, the margin between heartbreak and a Lombardi run is razor thin. A more explosive offense could be the difference. So, Dog Pound Nation, are you ready to see McLaurin light it up in First Energy Stadium? Is this the masterstroke that pushes Cleveland into Super Bowl contention? I'm hyped. Are you? Drop your thoughts below. I'm reading every single comment. Smash that like button if you want to see McLaurin in brown and orange. Subscribe, turn on notifications, and share this with the Dog Pound community, because together we make this team stronger. Until next time, believe, bark, battle, because Cleveland is where dreams take flight. Thank you, guys. See you next video.